A lot of people have been asking me, how did I heal my ADHD? I think the first thing to understand is ADHD isn't just physical. It is much deeper than that. For the longest time, I avoided diagnosis. My mother had been diagnosed, and honestly, everything that was proposed to her in order to help didn't seem to be making a difference. So I thought, why even bother with the medical bills? But then it got to a point where I was like, man, I need some help. So I went in, I got diagnosed, of course, and I tried a few things that weren't medication. None of it was really working. And eventually the doctors were like, well, usually people use medication. And I was like, damn, okay, well, how long? And their response was, until they retire. I was like, what the fuck? That wasn't really what I was looking for. I wanted a reversal. I wanted a cure, because this was not something, the severity that I was living with, it wasn't there. It just slowly crept up on me one day, and I was like, damn, my life is falling apart around me. Fast forward, I started taking the medication, and it helped me stay productive at work, sure. But besides that, I was forgetting to eat. I had a really dry mouth. There were so many side effects. I was having swollen lymph nodes underneath my armpit. And I was like, this ain't it. Like, okay, sure, I can power through my workload and maybe like washing laundry when I couldn't before. But it felt very much like I was getting these tasks done through adrenaline, not because like my focus and attention and my energy levels had actually increased. So it got to a point where I was like, man, this, there has to be more. There has to be more. The doctors don't know about it. And, I was pretty open. I was like, I've seen tons of people heal shit through a raw vegan diet, actually, like cancer. And I was like, you know what? If they can do that, I can probably find something to help with ADHD. But I didn't want to go raw. I'll say that. That wasn't even on my mind. Like, so I started searching for books. And I was on YouTube just looking at anything. Like I saw things like juggling helps, writing your notes down and your reminders on your phone, like little things here and there. I had there was this app that you hooked up these sounds to each side of your head, and they were supposed to help, I don't know, the mind sync up or some shit. None of it was working. I eventually went to the library and found Medical Medium, and it changed my life. Fast forward now, let's see, 5-6 years later, and I've come to the realization that ADHD is not just a psychological disorder that you have to live with forever, and that it's actually a combination of 4 issues that I'm going to put into buckets: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual symptoms or issues, whatever you want to call it. And depending on how filled your buckets are in each area, that is everybody's unique blend of ADHD. Now hear me out, because I know this sounds crazy. If you want to change your life and you're tired of people telling you there's nothing else you can do, this series is going to be for you. I'm going to break down each bucket and how it contributes to the diagnosis that we have coined ADHD, what it really is, and how you can work on those buckets so that you do not experience ADHD. If that's of interest to you, subscribe, because I'm putting out more. And I'm super excited about this because, man, what I'm about to put out here, I wish I had. It's a much more straightforward guide than what I had. And so I'm sharing what I've learned to those who are interested in learning quicker. Much love and happy healing.